Now, obviously, so many people will recognise you from all these incredible roles that, you know, I mentioned just then. And possibly the first time that anyone would have had any kind of inkling about what you and your family have gone through was your speech that you made when you won the award.
Yeah.
Just to go back a little bit and talk us through what actually happened when Maud first showed signs of getting ill.
Well, it was in the lead up to Christmas in 2010, and Maud was showing signs of flu. So she had, she was losing her voice, slightly hoarse.
Normal toddler stuff.
Yeah, there she is. I mean, it's, yeah. And so it was what you would think as a parent would be flu or a heavy cold. Yeah. And I've had an instinct, and my wife Clara had an instinct that maybe it was something else was going on, so we took her to a GP. Yeah. And again, she said, oh, well, I think you should just, I think it's a chest infection, bacterial infection. And I was sort of, I think as a parent, and this is crucial to sepsis in a way, that if your instinct leads you in a certain way, that you should be able to follow it up. Yeah. And so I said at that time, well, I think it doesn't feel right. And she said, OK, we'll go down to the drop-in A&E. So we went to the paediatric drop-in A&E. And we were, at that time, discharged. We were given some antibiotics and something to ease the throat constriction, but then discharged because it was just like a bad infection. And then symptoms reoccurred, and we'll talk a bit about symptoms in a second. They reoccurred and they were more severe. So we went again the next day.
And this is over the period of how many hours?
This is the next day, so this is like a day later. Okay. And the symptoms were worse, and she was having breathing difficulties, and Clara and I drove her at breakneck speed down to a hospital. She was losing consciousness, and so it was incredibly distressing. We ran through A&E and were seen by the paediatric expert there, the consultant. Yeah. But again, she was given a sort of standard procedural treatment at that point. Why wouldn't you? The symptoms didn't seem to... But it was difficult for me to explain down the food chain what it was like when we were in the car. So, anyway. So we were discharged again. Her temperature was falling. She seemed better, and she was. She was given antibiotics again, and again some more stuff for her throat, and said, well, just be aware of her the next day. And this is New Year's Eve, so we took her back. We did everything that the doctors told her to do, not too hot, not too cold at night, put her down. And in the morning, our other daughter, who shared a room at the time, came in and said, oh, I can't wake Maud. So, I mean, it was, yeah, and I'll spare you all that. But, and she had died on the morning of New Year. So, you know, it's... And I'm not shying away from it. It's almost Dickensian in a way, that you feel that within, you know, modern medical practice, that that could happen.